Back at the site of the broken bridge, Terry was hard at work. Time was money, and he had to get this bridge up and running for customers. The king was also counting on him to help hasten the rebuilding of a local village on the other side. He did not plan on disappointing either the king or his wallet. After a long walk, Andrew had yet to find anything. Fortunately, he had not run into any monsters. At least, he was now out of the Rotciv castle area. If nothing came up in a few hours, he may have to sleep outdoors again. This was still better than sleeping in a Rotciv prison cell. As he walked down the steps to his prison post, the guard tried to retrace his actions from the previous day. His memory told him that he had locked Andrew up in the prison the night before. After that, he had guarded the only escape route the entire time. Yet this was the second prisoner to escape. This was perplexing. As the king pondered what to do about Andrew escaping, the queen walked in. The queen sensed that something was wrong and asked Evan if that were true. King Evan replied, "Andrew has escaped from prison. He is a danger to the Rotciv castle area." The queen replied,
"I know what he looks like. I will draw up a wanted poster that you can copy and place all over the area. If we offer a reward of, say, 10 silver pieces, I'm sure someone will turn him in."
In a cornfield far away, Andrew had fallen asleep. There would be no dreams tonight, as he was subconsciously nervous about the potential dangers around him. Another boring night for Sammy had just begun. At least he had tried to get another position in the castle. Now, all he could do was be patient. What if the castle came under attack again? How would he respond? Back in the prison, the guard decided to open up Andrew's cell. However, he could not find anything out of the ordinary. How had two prisoners both vanished out of thin air? What was their secret? Where was this source of power? Back in his chamber, King Evan had summoned Lacey to deliver an important decree. Evan said, "Lacey, it is good to see you again. I need you to deliver this decree to Sammy, a guard on the top castle wall on the other side. Then I can retire for the night. Thank you, Lacey." Lacey replied,
"Yes, Your Majesty."
Lacey took the scroll and went out in search of Sammy. After a long search, the guard was still perplexed as to how Andrew had escaped. However, he knew that the king needed answers, and he would do his best to try to figure it out. How did he do it, though? It seemed like the magic in fairy tales. If only he could learn this magic power. As Sammy stood guard on the castle roof, Lacey delivered him the king's decree. She then left for the night. As Sammy read the note, he knew what needed to be done. While the prison guard was manning his post, he received a visitor. It was Sammy. Sammy said, "I have an urgent scroll from King Evan. Please take a look." Sammy handed the scroll to the prison guard, who began to read it. As the prison guard finished reading the scroll, he looked up. Sammy's sword was already pointing at his neck when he said, "I trust that you will comply with the king's wishes." The prison guard answered, "I serve to protect the king. Yes, I will comply." Then, Sammy led the guard into the prison room. Sammy finished locking up the former prison guard in his cell. Then he thought about how lucky he was to receive the promotion from King Evan. He figured that with more hard work, there was no telling how far he could go. On the other side of the cell, the former prison guard Rudy was disappointed with himself that it had come to this. As Sammy returned to his post, he was extra vigilant. All he had to do was bring this key to the king the next day to get the rewards he was offered. However, what if he were to magically disappear too? Whatever the case, Sammy was determined not to let this happen. No one was taking Rudy while he was guarding the prison. Sammy could not wait to get his reward from King Evan. As soon as his night shift was over, he decided to head to the king's chamber with the prison guards Rudy's key. Soon, he would receive his official promotion. The next day had arrived, and Andrew had just woke up. He decided to head back to the main trail that he had been on the day before. Where would this road lead? As King Evan awoke, he heard a knock on his chamber door. It was one of his guards, Sammy. To the king's surprise, Sammy had his prison guard Rudy's key. Well, that is his former prison guard Rudy. Sammy said, "Your Majesty, as you requested, I have brought you the prison guard's key. Take a look." Then he held it up so Evan could see it. After seeing the prison guard's key, King Evan responded, "Thank you for your hard work in this difficult mission. I hereby promote you to prison guard. As promised, your reward is waiting for you in the castle inn. You look tired. Go get some rest. I am not sure what we will do with Rudy at the moment, but we have to fix our internal security issues here. Hopefully, you will work out as a solution to this problem." Early the next day, Terry was hard at work rebuilding the bridge. After this was completed, he considered that he might have to hire someone to guard it. Who would he hire? Another troll would be expensive. Worse yet, a troll might try to cut him out of the business, like he had done to his boss many years earlier. Castle guards were another option. Guard work, like trolling a bridge, was also a dangerous job. The good thing is that the guards did not cost as much as trolls and were less likely to be ambitious. Getting one was just a matter of cutting a deal with King Evan. However, he had to find the right one. When Sammy arrived at the inn, he was excited to see Andrew's sword and shield. He was also thrilled with his promotion, along with a silver payment from King Evan. Unfortunately, he was very tired and needed to get some rest. As Andrew continued on the long road, he noticed some ruins ahead. Is this where the legendary battle took place many years ago? He vaguely remembered the elder saying something about it. Was the elder still alive? And if so, where was he? After finishing her work, the Queen arrived in King Evan's chamber with a sketch of Andrew's wanted poster during the afternoon. Evan eagerly decided to take a look at it. King Evan said, "Queen, this is an excellent work. Can you see to it that we make copies and distribute this throughout the kingdom area?" The Queen replied,
Yes, Your Honor. I will take care of this and be back in a few days.
She then left to find a local merchant with a printing press. Andrew had finally arrived at the ruins. While walking around them, he realized that his village life had been very sheltered. However, there was no turning back. He could not go back to Rotciv safely. Why had King Evan turned on him? All he had done was trying to protect the castle. After Andrew finished looking at the ruins, he decided that he would head back to the main road. It would have been nice to have a map. Weapons would be nice too. Maybe this road would take him to a merchant who had both. For those reasons, he had to carry on. As Andrew continued walking, he thought about the elder. What had happened to him? Was he burned in the village or captured? If the elder was still alive and not at Rotciv Castle, is it possible that his capturers took this route? Who took him? The young couple? The escaped prisoner that he had interrogated in the castle? Or maybe someone else? Why did the king blame him for this?